I don't know if this is going to make any sense, but so basically, just to get it in your brain, here's E flat major, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a clash of cultures. You have Western classical music, which is going to say 1, 4, and 5 chord. They're going to have their idea of what it is, which is E flat major for the 1 chord, A flat major for the 4 chord, and B flat major for the 5 chord. And if you just kind of focus on the root and say, okay, 5 is B flat, 1 is E flat, 4 is A flat, you can start to see you can take those basic ideas and extend them a little bit. We're skipping over a lot of this concept, but if you just allow your brain to do this, especially in blues, in the blues tradition, I mean, if we go all from the major scale, the 1 chord is actually a major 7 chord. The 4 chord also is a major 7 chord. And the 5 chord is the only dominant 7 chord. Dominant means 5. Dominant to tonic means 5 to 1. So the dominant chord is always the 5 chord in early classical music. But in blues, for whatever reason, they wanted all of the chords to be dominant 7s. So the relationship is the same, but it's a little bit different. It's a little bit harder to see because if you're analyzing a Mozart sonata, for instance, if you see a dominant 7 chord, it's like, oh, that's a 5 chord, and then you would expect it to resolve somewhere. Mm-hmm. But in this music, they're all dominant 7 chords, so you have to look a little deeper and just see the relationship. Oh, if it's a B flat 7, E flat 7, and an A flat 7, then we're in the key of E flat, even though that's outside of the scale. So right away, you're outside of the scale a little bit. And this is one step further from that. So we're taking our 5 chord here. Not only is it going to be a 7th chord, it's actually a 7th chord, but it's an augmented 7th chord. So we start with a really weird chord, then we end up at our 1 chord, which is dominant, 7, and then when we go to our 4 chord, it's what do you call it? A sus4 7. So normally the 4 chord would be in blues an A flat dominant 7, but here he's even doing a sus chord and then adding a sus2 as well, or a 9 you could call it. So it's even one step further, and then back to the E flat. So this is like a blues, normal blues would be B flat, E flat 7, A flat 7, E flat 7 with this progression. But in this they're going one step further. And that's one step further than the classical, which would just be B flat 7, E flat major 7, A flat major 7, right? Because all of those notes are in the E flat major scale. They're trying to organize it that way. So this is 2 steps beyond the classical thing. Classical is all in the scale. Blues is all dominant 7s, and then this is one step further, dominant plus an augmented. So we got augmented 7 for the 5 chord, dominant 7 for the 1 chord, sus 7 for the 4 chord. Okay, really weird and really dissonant.